All right, guys, so welcome back to the Wemaxit Football channel. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and also subscribe. And if you're an avid member of the channel, keep on doing that great work by sharing the contents far and wide. We really and truly appreciate it. So we had some plans to do some maybe like 2 to 3 videos um separate, but we said okay, no, let me just do it as a live so we can come and talk with you guys. So hopefully you join at some point. So what we're going to do today, we're going to discuss what's to come, which is definitely the finals and also the third and fourth. Look at some things that happened inside the World Cup and just have a little short version live for you guys. But we're here with Africans on my co-host. So let's see what Africans has to offer today. Good day, Africans. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I what do I have to offer today? A smile.
Okay. Oh,
But no, no, it's been good. Today has been an off day for the men's World Cup. You have a couple there, but then at the same time, you're also now dealing and just coming in with a lot of uh, Champions League for the women coming in. So I've been watching a bit of that today and kind of enjoying that. But yeah, it's been a good time so far. A good time so far.
okay. So we have come to the end of this World Cup. How much of
Mm.
out of 10 you would have actually given this World Cup, to be honest,
On the
based
pitch,
on all your metrics?
my metrics. On the pitch, this has been one of the more entertaining World Cups I have lived through. In terms of teams, what they've been able to accomplish, upsets, no lead is safe, um, nice long runs from teams we didn't expect, or you did expect, depending on how you felt about them.
Okay. Yeah. For me, I think it's definitely the best. The best. I would not say second or nothing. I think it's the best. I do look at everything that we put up in order to value what the quality is, and based on the fact that we came off of a bad experience, like when people trying to say that, oh, no good, it was no good, and this and that. And once the ball kicked off, it started with Argentina and it's going to be ending with Argentina. Look how funny that is.
Hmm.
From
Yes, that
Argentina
is true.
last against Saudi Arabia, everything turned upside down. Everything turned upside down, to be honest. So I want to say the entertainment, the results, the attitude from the players was top notch. So definitely I would have to say yes, this is up there. So as you join the conversation, let me know what say you. It looks like Africans having some problems, so he will definitely return very soon. All right, this is a show that we have everything jump pack. We saw Kevin join the show. Massive respect, Kevin. Thanks very much for being here. And we have our brother Chevis checked in. Massive respect again. Chevis, thanks very much yet again. All right. Yes. So let me know, guys, how much of a rating you would give this, like 1 to 10, this World Cup. All right. Obviously, when we just started, a lot of you guys said, "Oh no, I don't like it because they're mistreating people and everything." So that's outside the World Cup. But if you want to factor it in to devalue it, I have no problem. Let me know, because definitely we want them to treat people as well as possible. I've heard conflicted statements to say that maybe that's not the true case, and I'm hearing from literal English people there to say that maybe they are giving the wrong impression of the situation. So I am not even sure, but I want to take it to say that yes, they have definitely not been well treating people there. All right, let me put it there nonetheless. But based on what you saw, oh good, the World Cup was comparable to how you look at other World Cups. All right. Yes, we Cherry said I want France to win this World Cup. Yeah, we are going to touch on that as well, because that is very much important, because you say they want France to win this World Cup, and we wanted to talk about Mbappe, and we wanted to talk about um the importance of Messi winning this. And if we're going to talk about Messi winning it, we have to start, don't want to, but we have to start saying, what if MPPAL won 2 World Cups at such young age? What are we going to be saying about Mbappe at this point? will you guys put him in that top echelon of players already, being so young? Let me know, because there is a possibility of him winning it. There is a possibility of him winning it, and being up there as the leading goal scorer, up there at least top two. You have Julian Alvarez and 4 goals, Messi and 5 goals, and himself and 5 goals. So it would have took Alvarez and Messi to overtake him to make him drop into third spot, which I think that is, and him still winning it. I think that's going to be desperately hard to do. All right. All right. Yes. So it's going to be extremely hard to do. Football, global vision, massive respect. Jojo played. No, I don't know. I don't know. I think we have to get a sponsor in order to gain money, so we can buy as much TV, so we can actually help as much people. I would love to do something like that, but I don't think it's actually possible at this point. All right. Yes. But love the fact that you're respecting the channel. All right. Fly Dope Me says, I heard Benzema is fit, but not sure if he's gonna play for France. I don't think. I've heard Julian spoke on it, and he said that is just pure speculations. He would not have bought into that, because he's fit enough to go back to his club, but not fit enough to start playing. So I don't know. I heard things all over the place. So let me just give who is there the credit at this point. I don't necessarily think um I don't necessarily think I think it would have actually made the team kind of unbalanced as well, because a lot of players worked very very hard. Yes, you get me. And for Benzema to come in now, Benzema to come in now and take up a space for someone, I think that might be a slight little problem there. All right, so I would not jump to want to say so. All right, give it a little time. Give it a little time, guys. At least from my standpoint. All right. Yes. So, anyways, yeah, this is what we have. Messi and Mbappe, 5 goals apiece. Alvarez, people not really giving him that time of day, obviously, because of the Messi situation. Messi's on his final legs, whether we like it or not, because he's getting older. Father time, we can't beat it. You understand me? So Alvarez had a few assists and goals. All right, so I think he's doing exceptionally well, and should be given a little bit more respect. All right, yes, but obviously we know that what Messi doing kind of overshine every single thing, but definitely he's up there, and if he can get a goal or two, he will be starting to talk big games at his club. All right, because remember he's behind Erling Haaland here. Not seeing him overstepping Erling Haaland, to be honest. That is definitely true, but I would not say it's impossible for him to start more games in a lone striker role, because obviously Erling Haaland has injuries here and there, so you never may know if they could say that then, because of these guys being so good, maybe we can try start to rest you, give you some rest in the actual important areas, so we can concentrate more squarely on the Champions League as well, because that is something that eludes Manchester City for the longest time. All right, so these are the little things that I think at this stage Alvarez could be thinking of. And the problem there is to say that, okay, maybe he might feel like, okay, I did so well, maybe my time has come, and I can't play second fiddle, because remember Jesus and those guys, even though Jesus spent a longer time there. All right, but Jesus and those guys, they got fed up, and they had to leave. So what say you, if you were Julian Alvarez at this point, what say you, what would you do? Would you consider just saying tell you what, I'm not gonna stay here and play second fiddle. Or you're saying that no, 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 I'm still learning my craft. I'm gonna take my time. Haaland is one of the best players in the world, and I will definitely learn more being at City. What say you? Because remember, the the World Cup is a top stage thing. You don't even have Erling Haaland in the World Cup as well, so that shows you how much of a top stage thing it is. All right. Yes. So it gives you a real life boost, so you can really change your career just out of that. So let me know, guys. All right. Let me try and get the next second one on the screen so we can start that discussion. Yes, and we look even at the lineups and everything. All right, we have a lot of things that we wanted to look at. All right, yes. So obviously the third and fourth, which we are going to be covering, because we are going to cover every single thing. Because once we say we are going to start something, we have to do it. And the fact that Morocco reaches this far and we started covering African videos, we definitely have to cover Morocco versus Croatia as well. All right, yes. So let me know your thoughts that on Alvarez. All right. Island Card said, "Big up, JD. Do you think France is the best team in the world because they have lost five key players due to injury, and they have reached to the final two times in a row." All right, no, all right. Oh, you would put that now. Tell you what, it's a lot of things help you to reach the finals, all right? And definitely talent is a part of that, and talent and experience would be a part of that. And I can see that they do have all of that in abundance. So definitely they should be considered as one of the best teams. But you can't write off Argentina as well. Argentina won 35 games coming in. That's no tricky feat. 35 games. That's a lot of quality. All right. That's a lot of quality there. All right. Yes. So um they're up there. They are definitely up there. I would say France is definitely in the top four best teams in the world. Period. All right. If you want to put them at first, no problem. But I think the Brazil, France, Argentina, and someone else. I can't put a finger on that fourth spot as yet. I know I don't think it's England. I don't think it's Croatia. You understand me? It's tough. I would love for people to tell me who they would class in the fourth spot. All right. So yeah, that's a tough one. Alan always missed time during a season. I would stay and get my chance in CL and a cup and learn under Pep. Are wonderful from Jason there. DVB 2 years at City should be good if he keeps up the consistency. Then he can go to another top club or maybe take the top spot. You never may know. Or you just don't see him scoring 750 goals like early in Ireland. Let me know. All right. Yes. Yes, so yes, Africans, you got chopped out just a while ago. Yeah, we touched a few topics.
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
we touched a few topics. And guys, once you come in, please do smash the like button. Please do consider subscribing because we will have the full show. So it's good to subscribe so you can participate in it as well. We have Richard Stewart, bless up yourself. Thanks for being here. Island Card said, and JD, who do you think would make the better decision on the field with the subs between Argentina and France? Argentina made some good substitution, switched to back three against the Netherlands, right? The Netherlands
Mhm.
when they put the butcher, right? Let me make sure. Let me make sure. Let me pull up here because we're gonna go over both teams at the same
Yeah.
times. At the same time. All right. So against Netherlands, let me see if the butcher started. Because I thought they brought him on, right? 1 second. All right. So no, the butcher started. The butcher started. So it was not this match, but they had a match. They had two matches when they had to make the adjustments from the back four. Let me see if it might just be the Australia one. Let me make sure. Yes, it was the Australia one that they brought in the butcher late. Yes, so they have some systems like the back four to the back five. I like that, and then put Messi closer. So it's the tactics, and I saw the same thing when it comes on to France, where in which the other day it weren't working at the highest level. all right, and they pulled out Kylian Mbappe, put him as a striker, and take off Giroud, and then brought in Thuram, due to the fact that they never got the finishing end product that they wanted at the time, and Mbappe getting a lot of kicks over at that side. So it's a tactical substitution, and it solved the defensive present problems that they had over the left hand side, and they still enhance their capabilities to create directly from the point man. So I do think it's a lot of tactical setup. To be honest, both teams, they're top level teams, so you don't expect nothing different. All right, 2 years. All right, 2 years. All right. Um, Richard, big up yourself. I don't know what you're saying, so I would just leave that side. I would just say big up, Mr. Richard. And then we have Colin
Mm.
Quest says Messi will teach France a lesson. All right, all right, all right. So what say you in terms of Island Car? It look like you're having some internet issue or some camera issue. I don't know.
More the camera than anything, so we're just gonna go with the standard webcam of Vaseline view. I look like an 80s music video. So I think looking at the two matchups, the question for me is going to be, I think the midfield decides this, as simple and cliche as this sounds, but outside of Dembele having a good tournament and Mbappe doing Mbappe things, Antoine Griezmann has been doing the shift. He's been playing the shift. And I think that matchup, him and the two holdings versus your McAllisters and co, I think that's where the game gets decided. Ultimately, I think them getting that ball up to either Messi or Mbappe, I think they're going to really dictate. This isn't going to be the same as it was 4 years ago when you had maybe both teams at fuller strength, but Argentina didn't look good the last World Cup. They look much better now. And they haven't had to rely on even Di Maria. Di Maria has just been coming on in case of spot kicks, essentially. And he didn't even really go there. So I think midfield is really going to dictate this. McAllister v. Griezmann is going to be the matchup I'm watching for the final, because I think that's what's going to dictate ultimately who is good and who ends up having more good chances and who ultimately holds the trophy at the end.
Okay, okay, all right. So you touched on you touched on Griezmann. How much of a this is like the lack of attention he's getting in this team, and how hard he's working. I do applaud that, because I saw his work ethic as well, and definitely he's doing a good job. But I think it's a system, and he was actually
Mm-hmm.
planned in to do that job. So that's the reason why he's
Mm-hmm.
actually there. So a lot of
Yeah.
people surprised, but I think that's exactly the reason why they actually put him there, because I heard a few analysts talked on the role that he's playing, and how Deschamps literally put him to do so. So we should just
Mm-hmm.
ask how good he is as a player. Like how could he like he reinvents himself every stage. And I think that's a trait that most of the other players them don't have. Even top tier players seems to lack, and that's why once their
Mm-hmm.
skill set diminishes, they go with the skill set. You get me? So you have to
Yeah.
respect like a Messi and him as well. Because it's not an easy thing to do. So kudos to Griezmann for be putting in a good shift and putting himself back in the shop window to say that I have a solid 2 years and let's see what's up. Give
Mm-hmm.
me 2 years at the club and I might can just do ham. Yes. So we know that we already pushed 20 minutes, because that's how the videos them go at times. It always
Mm-hmm.
seems to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
fast, which is a testament to maybe enjoying the videos are. Yes. So
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. Um what would you do if you're Argentina? We are trying to go from both sides, Argentina and France. All right, before we touch the Messi and the Mbappe debate, because the Mbappe and Messi thing, I think some dodgy questions will be asked. Because PayPal could be a problem at times. So who in this lineup now you saw that you would take out? Let me know in the comment section. We're going to come to the comment section. We're just trying to make sure we set the show
Mm-hmm.
a certain way that is much more
Yeah.
coherent.
Yeah. No, I would, if I would go with the same. I would go with the same 11. And to be honest, I don't know if for each team, if you really do make a switch. The only difference I would say is while both teams have that ability to where they can play offensively, but then once they get that goal, they will sit back in that shell and say, we'll weather you out and try to hit you on a counter as best as possible. So I think France, though they are talented and they are full of depth, I don't think they have the same horses, right? With all due respect to Rabiot and Chouameni, they aren't what Conte and Pogba were 4 years ago, right? Right now, this is what they have, but they aren't those players, and that allows more players to do more. So I think this is a game where I feel as if you're France, you may want to be behind in this game because sitting and inviting pressure, you can put it up. It goes both ways, right? If you're France and you're sitting back and you're trying to counter Mbappe versus anyone, I'm taking Mbappe. Like put a cheetah on the field, I'll take Mbappe maybe. But I think Mbappe countering is a scary thought. But at the same time, Argentina's been able to have their flow, and when they do counter, they are good, solid defensively, and they can move out. So I do think it's going to be cagey. This is going to feel, for me, the more I think of it, the Poland Mexico game earlier this tournament, where I would call it was a tactical draw, where it was teams moving players, coaches trying to put positions. They both had opportunities, but it was really Poland not trying to get beat, and then on the other side, seeing Mexico try and take opportunities, but also keeping their shape. It's going to feel more like this, where teams, they know they have the talent, but maybe they want to sit back a little bit for where they are. I see what you're saying, Jason. I don't necessarily disagree, but I think those players, for what they were then, I would maybe rate them more for this tournament here. But I think, yeah, for me, it's going to be a question of if someone can get 2 goals up in this game, I think it certainly serves them well, because a goal isn't safe. 2 goals isn't even safe. But I feel if France goes 2 goals up, I think they're a little bit better equipped to see out that game versus, say, an Argentina. And I can totally be wrong, but that's how I feel about it right now. When I go to sleep and wake up tomorrow, I might feel differently. But at this moment, on December 15th, in Canada, that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
All right. So for me, I think a back five would serve them well. I do believe that
Mhm.
they should eliminate this thing from the French. I love what they did the last time against Croatia. They made sure Croatia had no other choice than to come out and play,
Mhm.
because of the way they did set up. I thought that they should have gone for the same metric against France, because France have the same attitude as Croatia. The only thing is France come out for the first 20, 15 minutes, maximum 20 minutes, try get the goal early, and then sit off and then counter attack. Just because they themselves don't believe so much in their centre backs or their back
Mhm.
line, to be honest. And clearly against England, it shows against England that maybe they don't have the strongest backline. Even though the names are on paper,
Mhm.
the backline might not be the strongest, or even midfield, because definitely your midfield is the first line, true line of defense. Yeah, especially in this 4-2-3-1 system. So I do believe that they could have gone with 3 centre backs and the full backs. You get me, and then put 2 in midfield,
Yeah.
because um the Rabiot and Aurelian I think might get much more space due to the fact that you're trying to use 2 in midfield. So
Mhm.
I think they could make an adjustment there, and keep Julian on the field, and work with one, either DePaul or McAllister on the
Mhm.
field, and then drop the butcher Martinez on the field. That's the only change I would make at this point. But Martinez, and in these games, you want the big presence in this game. You have Messi as a big presence so far. Julian
Mm-hmm.
Alvarez seems like he's not shy of no one. Atamendi
No.
seems to turn up. Martinez, Emiliano is a big game player as well. So you want as much big game players on the field. Most of these guys, you don't know how to truly trust them in big games, to be honest. Acuna, I'm not 100% sure. Ramiro, I'm not 100% sure. I think the butcher gives you that extra oomph yet again. You get me? So
Mm-hmm.
I would say on that side I would go with a 5 and put Martinez in my team. And not Latoro
Mm-hmm.
Martinez, Lisandro Martinez. Yes, no, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not
You don't
Latoro.
want free cardio. Okay, I got it.
No,
You don't
no,
want free
no,
cardio.
no.
I got you.
And on the flip hand side, I think this back line might be better. I like Umpa Makano, but Umpa Makano seems to have some zero tolerance of composure. He does. The guy is so fast, so strong, but he just don't respect nobody. I never knew that he played like that, to be honest, because I saw him played and
Mm,
he played a little bit more organized. But I cannot forgive him for that England performance. It was
mm,
terrible, you know. Either he just doesn't respect Harry Kane as a footballer, simple as that, or it's just a terrible performance because he tried to get in front of Harry Kane every single time, and Harry Kane is dead ass slow, and
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
yeah, it was a stuff. It was a stuff. In midfield, early on, did okay. I think he warrants back his space. And Rabiot, in this type of game where you need a player that can pass and move and has good vision, I think Rabiot would be the one over Fafana. Fafana came in, tried to be a little bit physical, but he clearly saw that he can find
Mm-hmm.
times challenging. That's what I would say. So
Yeah,
I
again,
think
yeah.
Rabiot, I would put him back in the team, and in the mid three, the attacking three. I don't know if they never learned what's up with Mbappe and Tia Hernandez over the left hand side. I would want to revisit that and maybe rethink it to say that maybe if we bring in two of them from early,
Mm,
reverse it a little bit so we can keep more sustained pressure. So Kylian Mbappe can play down the middle and press a little bit better because of his speed. And Turam coming from early. I don't know what people would say on that one because I think that's a good shout. All right. I
mhm.
think I would start Kylian Mbappe up front and use Turam just for the extra piece. And then no, it would have been profitable to bring in Giroud later in the game when it starts to open up because he's a man to find space. He's not a bad footballer at all.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. So let
Mhm.
me try and go to the comments before it runs away from us. All right. Argentina will definitely have a chip on their shoulder with Mbappe comments about South American teams. They have a country, continent, and captain to play for. Okay, yes, man. Yes, man. And guys, as you're coming, make sure to smash the like button, share to your friends, and let we have a good time here. We are maybe trying to go maximum 2 hours. Yes, and we're trying to
Mhm.
get all of the points possible. Our France has been far the best team for years, in my opinion, with endless depth that they have. They used that properly to say that even though they have the best set of players, they played the best football. Hence, they are the best team. Like they flat out prove to you that they're the best team. Let me know. I disagree with that statement. I think okay, I answered that one already. Ramiro Atamendi and Nora Lissandro Martinez can mark Mbappe. I max it. He might go school them, but they are centre backs and he's playing wide naturally. So I
Mhm.
don't think he should have so much problem with him. Chris Smith, bless up yourself. Thanks for being here. Yard Fusion, massive respect. All right. I wouldn't want to sacrifice any of the Paul nor McAllister. So I would personally stay with a back four. Okay, well, you're going to learn today. No, 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 not today. You're going to learn on Sunday. You're going to learn on the Sunday when we revisit
Hmm.
it. Triple E, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. All right. Yeah. And then we have Pagan, a massive respect, sir. Pagan, hope all is well with you. And then we have DJ Gigs. Oh, you doing, man? Was it slow against slower? All right. So yeah, that's what I said. I would have actually done. So I could have made two changes to improve some things because we saw some little problems here and there. Maybe they should have done it in the England game because it was the same thing. Look in the England game and look at the sides where they try to exploit. It's always on the Mbappe side, you know. It's always on the Mbappe side because he seems to just don't defend, and we need to call him out on that. He seems to just don't defend, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So Messi, Mbappe. Now we have to have that conversation. Messi, Mbappe.
Yeah, I think I was making this. I was having this conversation with my brother the other day ago. This to me feels like, to use basketball terminology, Messi. I'm not saying the same, but this is either Dirk Nowitzki winning a title at the end for Argentina with Messi here, or it's a player who's establishing themselves right now. So I think the debate over each is going to happen over all their teammates. I don't know if they're friends, their teammates. I know I'm not going to even go Kobe Jordan. I think because I think there's an uncomfortable conversation that we have to have with Mbappe if he wins this second World Cup. And I think realistically, we should be having the conversation regardless because he's just made two straight. And the argument is the only player we've seen make consecutive in our lifetimes, depending on how old or young you are, was R9. R9 made 3 consecutive finals. He was on the bench in 94. He was the best player for Brazil in 98, and then 02 made the finals and won it all. Right? Other than that, players like only Pele would have done it. And I'm not going to put him in the Pele conversation right now. I think it's a little bit too early, but I think it'll happen. But I think the fact he's made 2 straight, win or lose. Win or lose, I think he's in the R9 conversation on an international level.
Okay. Okay. You slide that international level well. All right. All right, okay. I think it's too young. That's too early. To put him up there with everyone. You know why? Because his numbers, his amount of games that he's actually covered. That's important as well. You know, because the reason why you have Messi and those guys in the conversation without winning as much as Pele, right? In the major tournaments, it's because of their numbers and what they did at the club level. If you look at Mbappe won a good amount, as you can see here. Top goal scorer 8 times. Right here, football of the year 1 time, 1 World Cup so far, 5 French champion. Yeah, he definitely has a load of qualifications already. So maybe it's a conversation that you can have, you know. That you definitely can have, but I think I just believe that at this point, Messi and Ronaldo kind of have too much games up their sleeves to put him in it. You know, at this point, I just think it's just early.
I agree that their accomplishments over their career have been great, but again, I'm looking at this from, I think club football has slowly crept into the conversation for who is the best footballers of all time. And that's fine. What you do at the club is great. It's a much more controlled environment. But I grew up in the same way with basketball. I grew up in basketball. It was how many championships have you won? So when it came to football, I looked at it and said, okay, how many titles, how have you done at the biggest stage? I think no one's going to tell me that Champions League is bigger than a World Cup. No one will tell me that they are not the same. And if you look at it, Mbappe has already won 1. Which means he's 1 away from R9. He's made a second final. Even if he loses this final, R9 has already lost a final while dragging team. And think about the conversation we had at the beginning of this World Cup, JD. I said the closest thing we have to R9 today from a national team perspective, when you look at a player who is on a team full of players you say are all great, elite, yet that player stands above the rest. R9 on those Brazil teams, no one was saying who was the best player. 98, it was Ronaldo. 2002, it was Ronaldo. 94, he was on the bench. It doesn't count. He wasn't the best player on that team. But
Mm-hmm.
that stretch of time, and if you look at this French team, this French program over the stretch of time, you have all the names that we've looked at either point were great, good, but who was the better of all of them? Who stood above them? It's Mbappe right now. So that's to
Okay.
me where I'm like, the conversation starts regardless if he wins or loses, especially if he loses because he's made 2 straight. We haven't seen that since R9 made 3 straight. But if he wins on this level, he's in that conversation. He's made more finals than R7. He's won more finals than Messi. And this is his second World Cup. If he continues at this pace, which is possible, we could reach the point where we say maybe this is the closest thing to Pele in this generation that we'll see based off of international achievements that he's done. But I think the conversation starts. I think the conversation has to start now.
Well, the conversation starts now, guys. Let me know what say you on that one. All right. Yes. Mbappe. Is he in this conversation at this point with the great R9 and those guys? All right. Yes, because the numbers telling you, that he is, but I just don't believe that people will give in so fast, because it's a tough one. Daniel,
Hey.
bless up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right. And then we have a super chat. Massive respect, Pagan. Thanks very much, guys, as you come in. Make sure to smash the like button, share, and subscribe. France, Europe is dictating elite football for another decade. Okay, all right. Let's see. Because if Messi and Co wins, everything is okay. Football, Benzema at 9. I don't think so. Pele, like accomplishment, in this time. Okay. Wow. All right. So, O2E has hold on, because O2E was the best player again for them. Okay, no problem.
Mhm.
All right, I agree. People agreeing. Okay, so people agreeing. Okay, all right. I reserve my judgment before. Yes.
Mhm.
You have to win World Cup to be the best. All right, and I won't
Yeah.
put the next one on the screen because it's not worth it. Yeah.
No, but yeah, I think it's a conversation because I was thinking about it once he made the fight. I was like, that's 2 straight. No one's done that since Brazil. So to me, it's I think he's in the conversation because again, R9
No,
has
no, no.
lost. Yeah.
You telling us a conversation what you're talking about. I want to hear what conversation the one Jason talking about because he
Mhm.
he will come. No, make it clear which conversation. In terms of World Cup or in worldwide football, like the goat. You want to put him in the goat conversation already?
I think you can have the conversation. I think you can. If he wins 2 straight, I think you can.
So M people are just going to just come in football two over 8 years. Not even 8 years because he came on the scene never fully fledged over the first 4 years. So 6 years and just be the greatest of football. That's what you want to tell me, and I should co-sign that. No, 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 no.
I said he
Messi,
can enter the. I said he can
he's not.
enter the.
No, you have too much goats. You have to be in the top 5 to be considered as entering the conversation. You have Messi,
Mhm.
Ronaldo, Maradona, and Pele. Those are 4 players already, and you have Johan Cruyff and all of those guys already. I
But
don't think MPPL gets so far. Henry and those guys won one World Cup already, have serious amount of accolades. Obviously, maybe on the trophy side, not so much. But let me take out Henry then. Let me put someone else that did good. Zidane won a whole host of trophies as well. So put Zidane in the conversation. You understand me? No, you can put other people in. I don't think MPPL reaches this high standard
I
as yet.
again in this, and I don't want to bring this up in the same way where my definition of world class is different from everyone else's. I'm looking at this strictly from a, if I'm judging this off of that, because again, where do Messi and Ronaldo come into the conversation of the best of all time? It's what they've done at club. Okay, fine. It's what they've done at club. That's fine. But look at what they've done. I look at club is different than at the world stage. To me, they are two different things. To me, a national team ranks higher than, I don't care how many Ballon d'Ors you have. To me,
But
that's the pinnacle. That is
but
the
but
best that
look,
you can.
but Africans, this is where the problem lies.
Mhm.
Mbappe might have a better team than Portugal almost every single year. All right. But maybe when they're playing for clubs, they have similar support system. You understand me? So
Mhm.
one would be significantly better in international than one, and that's how it actually played out. With in terms of France. So all I'm just trying to say is still sometimes you cannot use that alone to determine who joins the conversation or who don't join the conversation, because you are going to look at and say, oh, Cristiano Ronaldo never won certain things. Messi never won certain things, but maybe Mbappe came in a system that they had all the ballers possible to get the job done. You understand me? So you have to factor those things into African. You must factor those things in,
I
because
I
once you give them supporting cast as Mbappe, they want more than Mbappe. So why would you not want to put it in that same context to say that if they were on France's team, they would have won maybe more than Mbappe just the same? So you have to look at that.
but look at teams.
Oh
No,
God,
but here's the thing. Here's my thing, JD.
I'm fighting against Mbappe.
When you bring in club, the problem with club is, where is the value of club? Because again, I could argue that Messi and Ronaldo, their whole status as the greatest of all time is built on what they did in clubs, where you have people and you can go in, you can get the best players, you can build everything, and you can. It's a lot more sterile environment. You can bring in your best, you can batch everything, and you can say that. That's why I say I look at it strictly from, okay, World Cups. Let's go World Cups. Because if we're going to look at what clubs are, then in that argument, then okay, then Maradona should be better than Pele, because even though Pele has won how many World Cups, Maradona was the best player in Europe and won a World Cup.
That's the no, but people brought that to the conversation to aid Maradona's case.
Yeah,
So that's
and
that's that they have been doing.
I'm going back to the original conversation, JD, which was cups and nothing else. So
Okay,
Champions League plates, go.
make
Okay,
up. You
league
guys make up
titles,
your
go.
you guys make up your
Cups,
artificial goat conversation.
cups.
I am not
It's
in
I
it.
don't make. I'm not making it. I
I mean the
I
real life goat conversation, and the real life goat conversation is simply saying that PayPal is not there as yet. All right, because you have to put everything in its totality. It's called football, not international football only. It's called football. You understand me? So you play at a club, yes, and your difficulty of your club counts. Your difficulty of your leagues count as well. Everything factoring in the goat conversation. Every single thing. I don't know. Oh, um, Pagan says, what are you saying, JD? I've not said Mbappe ain't awesome. The reason why we're having this conversation is because he's awesome. But these guys are magical. The guys them that you're talking about is the magical. Yeah, magical.
yeah, and they could be as magical. They could turn water to sprites. They can bring Welch's, and it could be a sommelier. I don't care, JD. At the end of the day, for me, for me. And
All right.
I think many people will do, some people will, some people won't. It's an opinion. I think what Mbappe has done at an international, if he gets two, he's made two straight. That is difficult to do in itself. We haven't seen a team win a World Cup in the last four World Cups, let alone make the World Cup again. Accomplishment for him. We haven't seen a player, if he's made two. The last time that happened was R9, right? And R9 was on the bench as a little youth and wasn't even playing that World Cup. In 94, he was on the bench. So to me, when I look at Mbappe, if I'm looking at strictly, again, and I said prefaces, at the international level, if people want to say their careers in totality, fine, you can do that. But at the international level, I look at it and say, if he's won one, he's finalist in another one. Why can't he be in that conversation?
All right, no problem, no problem. So
I'm
by
not
your
I'm not
logic,
calling it, yeah.
but look how you
Mhm.
messed up everything now. By that logic, even when Haaland is better than Mbappe by a million miles, he can't get in that conversation, because his team is just not good as Mbappe's team.
Some people would say
So
Holland
what
is
what you have
basically
to
the
do now?
next,
You
he's
have
the
to
next
move the.
Lewandowski.
Oh, okay. So okay. Oh, so that's not fair. Then you see what I'm talking
It,
about. That's where you bring the
it's
unbalance
not
from it.
fair, no. It's not fair, no, but it's the conversation. It's a conversation that we have,
Okay.
right?
Okay. All right. All right.
It's right because again, Holland coming from a country, Norway, they have players, but they don't have the same thing. To me, I look at them as like, yeah, even if you look at their club, like their life and their pathway through club, it's like, no, he's the next version of Lewandowski, literally.
All
Lewandowski
right.
started at Dortmund, was good, was a great at club, accomplished a lot, probably deserved more recognition than he got. But at the national team level, unfortunately, more teams had better players.
Well, for me, all I'm looking at is to say that okay, a player could be the goat without having the backative supporting cast of a national team. Just the fact that you saw what he can do on a football field and match with his numbers and his consistency. You understand me? That's how
Yeah.
they should do it. That's how it should do. So that means you can bring everyone in the conversation because you can't just make it, oh, let me chop off this just to make sure we only have these guys to fit my narrative. No, Mbappe not going to get away. He's not going to get away from Haaland. No.
Again, the Man City is talking, and I hear it. The blue is seeping out of you. But no, like I think at the end of the day, again, I like Holland more than Mbappe. Let's put all the cards here. And R9 is my best player I've seen. I know it was a short period of time, but he was the best player I've seen. Period. I still rate him more. But that's why I say, okay, if you look at it, you can't. If you take an entire career, R9 doesn't touch your Messi's. He doesn't touch some of your players because the injuries. That if we look at him and what he did at international level, and that's where I made the comparison at those teams he was on, they were littered with great players. Yet you looked at the team and said, "No, nah, but it's still him. It's still R9." You look at France. You look at littered with good players, littered with great players. You're still looking at saying it's still Mbappe. Mbappe is still that player. And I'm just looking at what they've done at this level. Yes, you can say same argument with
Oh,
R9. They've made it.
thanks.
They
Thanks.
had
But
stacked teams.
look at what you just said. You said when you look at Mbappe, everyone on French team, it doesn't matter what they're winning. And we're coming to the comments right after. It doesn't matter what they're winning. You're gonna still look at Mbappe to say he's the best. Africans, from the first day, Messi's like 18 years old and he comes on the field and he was already arguably one of the best players on the field. And that
Yeah.
was like 100 years ago, more than how much. Kylian Mbappe is what? 23 now.
Mhm.
That's almost 23 years ago, He did that, if not, no, not 23 years ago, but you know what I'm saying. But I'm just trying to show you how long this guy been doing it, as how you're talking. So what you're looking for from Mbappe to put him in the conversation, this man have pretty much been doing it for 2 decades straight. You understand me?
I agree, but again, we're talking about can he enter the conversation? He still has a career. In his career, we can look and say, man, at the beginning we thought Mbappe was going to be one of the goats. He had won 2 straight World Cups. He was bossing at PSG, and then he fell off and was never the same.
All right.
The conversation's not done. We're not when we place people in these categories, right? It's not you don't get a permanent seat at the table. You can be moved. This isn't a Hall of Fame where once you're in, you're in. No, it's debatable. It's subjective. I can have the conversation and say, yeah, he's done something that the greats of a generation that we've watched haven't even been able to do. He's already
Okay.
done that by winning a World Cup. And if he wins two, I mean, that's what it is. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that he's going to be staying there. I think the conversation starts whether he maintains a spot. It's the same thing that's in the video with Canada, right? Canada is currently sitting in a third place chair. Doesn't mean that they're sitting there in CONCACAF. Doesn't mean that they're permanently going to be there. It means they're there. They can be bumped off that seat as quickly as they sat in it. Time will tell how this narrative lives. But I think it's an interesting conversation to look at because he's done what it's legacy versus building something else. If Messi wins this is the cherry on top of an amazing career he's had. And this is the last thing he's been missing. He's made one final already. And if he wins this, what else can you say about the player? He's done it all. But if Mbappe wins, we got to give the man flowers too.
Yes, I'm gonna give him his flowers. Don't worry yourself. All right. Yes, I'm gonna give him these flowers. Don't worry.
Not in Bitcoin, JD. It has to be real flowers. Okay. PayPal.
He said, I mean, it's subjective because a lot of great footballers are not not in great nations. Thank you very much. So you guys are saying the same thing as me. Accomplished not in a tough European league. So people dissecting. I'm telling you, people will want to make sure you don't keep it at international. They are going to draw it out. All right. Let's see. Let him go to England or Spain or Germany. All right. Mbappe is the best right now, JD. Period. All right. I could say Messi is definitely the best based on what he's showing. And in the World Cup, you guys tried to con me out the other day saying that Mbappe is playing better than Messi. I heard literally France journalists saying that Mbappe had two very poor games, the last two, and Messi have all games good so far. So I think I was correct saying that Messi is the best player at the World Cup right now. I think it's not an overhype. And I think Griezmann can go up there consistently with Mbappe as well. Yes, anyone player who win the World Cup, CL, and the Ballon d'Or is the best for me. Okay, all right. So you have to win all of them. All right. So Pagan 18 on me. I'm not 18 on Mbappe. All right. Don't think I'm just asking the questions because I just want to know how is it he's going to jump all the loopholes to get in front of all the other mans. And that's all I was talking about, nothing else, All right, DVP, Mbappe always had a great supporting cast, even in Monaco as a young player. He's still on another level, 100%, man. But the supporting cast means something. So we have to be careful, or we just jump to give people these super flowers, Yes. Wemaxit football question. I'm not disagreeing with your opinion. What will make Mbappe not be in the goal conversation? Exactly what I've explained. You have a set amount of people already in the goal, maybe like 5, 6, 7. And obviously their stats at this point, their time that they have actually played, and also achievements. It surpasses his. The only difference is he won the biggest ones that they need to solidify their careers. That's the only difference. He won the ones that solidifies their careers. You get me? Messi won the Champions League, right? Did Mbappe win the Champions League? No.
No, he hasn't won it yet.
Okay, so that's the reason why no one talking about that. You understand me? And the GOAT conversation should be broadened because we're talking about footballers, not international footballers. We're talking about footballers. And once people talk about Pele, him being the GOAT, they said he scored 1,000 goals. Don't.
True.
The other day when Ronaldo tried to score, say he scored 1,000 goals. He scored 1,000 goals. Get me? He scored 1,000 goals. Okay, no problem. Don't they went back to say that, oh no, Pele did 1,000 goals as well. You just never counted this and you never counted that. You get me? So that means everyone counts every single thing. It's all categories. It's not just one category at all.
Well,
no for Messi.
At the same time, but sorry, JD. You finish the comment there.
Yes. So no cup for Messi, only teacup. Okay, so that's just a eater came in 18 on Messi for no reason. The truth is, people rate Maradona too high because of his World Cup accomplishments. Facts. Okay, so then why is it you're blaming me to not want to rate Mbappe so high? And then on the flip hand side, you wanted me, you saying that people rate Maradona too high because of the same accomplishment. Because the only thing Mbappe did, is actually win the World Cup, at a younger age. That's the reason why we are having this conversation, that he would have done it back to back. You understand me? Yes, so you can't flip flop, pagan. I'm gonna call you out because you just burn me out, saying I'm bad minding the youths, and that's not
Yeah,
that
bad money, French African youths, JD
is,
is.
and
Yes,
that
and
is not
I will not stand for it.
And that is not true. We are not out here bad minding any youth. You cannot blame someone for being put into a good situation. No, no, but you can factor that in as well. Because if the next one does art, so art, I don't like these behaviors. Because look, any although even though I can say Pagan never use this, but what the Jamaicans them use when they're measuring a local player compared to a foreign player. Oh, look at what he's doing and what he could have done if he got the opportunity. So that's the same thing we're saying. Look at what these mans actually doing, not what the Jamaicans them said the actual play them doing, which they are not doing not much. They're just using that for the sake of our argument. But look at what Ronaldo them doing at their country with less resources than France. You understand me? Look at what Messi doing in all teams when people saying he's performing poor. And if you look at his actual performances, they're above an average human being's performances. You understand me? So that's what we're talking about. So you have to count all of those things. That's all I'm saying. I can play better than Maradona or Sports Up. Something is wrong with you. So we'll leave you alone because clearly you would have named 2 million alone. You wouldn't name Sports Up. You would have named 2 million hub. All right. If Mbappe wins the World Cup and goes to Real Madrid, he will be in a chance to enter good debate.
Why
So
does he have to
hold
go to
on.
Madrid?
So
No,
that's what.
why
So,
why does he
okay.
have to
So
go to Madrid?
so
Messi
the
just left Barca and hasn't even won a World Cup. But if he goes to Madrid, he has a chance.
look at the standard. So you just take a plane flight, sign for a
I
club, you don't do anything, and you're gone into a good the conversation. This is mental. All right, I'm loving this. Alan is like another coming of Zlatan. All right, Maradona was a average player. For Brazil, he was overrated. Okay, now we are gonna stop read Sports Hub because Sports Hub drinking. You know, you can't be the goat without international. If you chop off international, JD, you excluded a part of someone's career. No, I'm not. That's why I said you cannot just use international alone. So if you listen to my conversation, I wanted to include international, but I wanted to include every single thing. And then when it comes on to the international, oh, you can have a leveled playing field, is to say then look at the individual performances rather than just the World Cup that they won to make it more fair. All right, because good players perform in any team, but maybe the same good player, good performance might not still give you the win, Africans. Because
Mhm.
you can be in a bad team, score 3 goals, and you can't win the damn game. You
Yeah.
cannot win the damn game. So that's the difference. You understand me? So that's why I said bring in individual guys. This is fact. This is the best way how to get it because at least you keep everyone in the conversation. Lewandowski wasn't doing nothing for Poland at major championship, and he did get no, no, he did try his best, but he just was not good enough. And we are not arguing Messi past. We are chat about now. Well, now he's doing equally as Mbappe, if not above him, to be honest. So I don't know. I don't know. So all right, Mbappe is the next Maradona. Ugandan superstar. Okay, all right, no problem. R9 has one World Cup and two final appearances. He didn't play a second in 1994. All right. Almost said, JD, if you keep 18 on Mbappe, you will be losing more here. He will prove you wrong all the time. He said, "Hold on, Africans. When,
Yeah.
when Africans, why you
It's
brought up this
interesting.
conversation
No,
for them to beat me so bad?
well,
I didn't want this.
yeah, you needed, yeah, like John Herdman said, the Canadians, you needed to be humbled first for before you get going on your next trip. No, but again, we're not hating on the player. I think JD is bringing up a fair point because I brought it up from a specific category of at an international level. I think you put him in that conversation because if you take the totality, like if the totality of a career, eras versus time. Are we going to say, oh, because it was in this era, it's worth more? Because Pele won 3 in the 50s, 60s. Does that mean, and while playing in Brazil, does that mean because he played in Brazil, he doesn't get as rated highly? Because if that's what essentially has happened, because we have debated players who are maybe the best to ever do it, but by the standard of we are judged by the championships, not the individual accolades always, but by the championships that we win. Arguably the 2 best players that we've seen haven't won a World Cup. And this little youth who could have represented an African country but is playing for France and is the best player on the French team could by Sunday evening have two more than both those players have finals appearances combined. And by the way, those are all Messi's. So what does that do to him? How does that change the narrative that we have around him? Because it's all narratives, it's all conversations, it's all debates, it's all really it is. Because for every standard we have here, someone will come up with another factoid to say a different standard. That's why I kept it simple at the international level. Because if it's at that.
All right, international level. I'm gonna just, you can't bring up these topics and don't give me time to research, for my fire takes, But don't worry, I will catch you. All right, Mbappe would be back-to-back World Cup champion. No modern player has done that with or without a good supporting cast. Only him. If he wins, okay, fair enough. All right, a lot of people supported African stake. I love that. Showcase that people can go against me. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yes, but well, Mbappe needs to win a Champions League. How can you have Messi and Neymar and still hasn't won a Champions League? Well, I think that's a good point, but they're gonna say I'm bad-minded, so I will just leave it. Mbappe can now be compared to R9, both 2 World Cups appearances, with at least 1 W and both UCL flaps.
I mean, it started off with the R9 comparison, so I'm glad we've gone full circle here.
All right, yeah, and we have reached an hour, and it's 2 hours maximum. We're doing 2 hours and 0 seconds because you set me up, Africans. I think he needs. If he goes to Real Madrid, he will win all that's missing. Okay, PSG now make him win the Champions League. So then, so it's Real Madrid making him win the Champions League because if you have all the players, and you're so-called good. You have the greatest player in your team. You are one of the greatest young player. You have the greatest skiller. You have the greatest defender. You have Marquinhos, the greatest smooth sailor. You have midfielders that are the greatest. You have goalkeepers that are the greatest. So what more Real Madrid could give you, Africans? Please educate me on that, because they are acting like Real Madrid is bigger than PSG, but that's not the case. That's just not the case, and I'm very, very sorry. You understand me? It's not the case. You get me?
Yeah,
it's just not true. You get me? It's just not true. You look at PSG's team. What? You know what? Let me flick over here. Let me just show people, because it looks like I don't think people actually understand what's going on in the PSG team. All right, let me just flick up the PSG team. Let me get it. So,
JD, you misspelled Mbappe's Holdings Incorporated wrong. So when you said PSG, I think owned by Mbappe and his holdings and his future retirement fund. I think that's what you meant when you said PSG. But CC, just to let you know, because once the last English player who's done anything at the international level, I'll hang up and listen. That's why EPL players don't get talk.
All right. So, anyways, they continue. Donnarumma. So why are they not putting the name of the players them? All right. So they're hiding the players them name, but we know the players them. That's how good they are. We actually know every one of them name. So you have Donnarumma, 50 million. Navas, world class are 700 years. He's 36 now. All right. Sergio Rico, young 29, 4 million. Alexandra, 400k. Lucas, 150k. Young kids coming in. Marquinhos, 70 million. Kim Pembe, 40 million. Sergio Ramos, 6 million, but he's like 600 million because he's that quality. All right. Nuno Mendes, left back, 60 million. Young kid. Bernat, 29, 12 million, very much experience. Hakimi, showcasing his quality for Morocco in the World Cup now. You can't, he's gonna go up to 100 million after this. All right, Nardi, 20 million. Pembele, Pembele coming in as a 5 million. Danilo, 12 million. All right, 31. Emery, 6 million. Verratti, one of the world's best mood skiller, 50 million. Fabian Ruiz, 45 million. Vetina, as you can see, is quality as well. 45 million. Saleh, 35 million. Renato Sanchez, 25 million. Kari, just coming in, 500 million. Ishmael, 1.5. Neymar, 75 million. Lionel Messi, 50 million. Pablo, 20 million. Kylian Mbappe, 160 million. And Hugo, 25 million. So what more excuse we can use? These guys are top level. So if you're going to tell me that he can't win it with this, I don't think he needs Real Madrid. I think you might actually hype him too highly. Maybe that is a problem. You know,
Mm.
yes, maybe that is actually the problem. All right, so bless up everyone for coming in, man. Massive respect. Get engaged with the conversation because the goat debate start. You know, Sham Six, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Long time no here. Number one guy. If he wins, then he will be a World Cup goat at least. All right, then no problem, no problem. All right. Kevin says people says Maradona average. Why them not take care of them mental health? I think so. Big crook. What are you doing? Any young star in this generation, if they play in Maradona's time, um
It would be
it would
havoc.
I am not sure, because bad pitches cause problems, all right? Yes, cause not even offside was in football. Okay. All right, JD, Real Madrid just won. Sometimes a winning tradition has a lot to do with it. PSG have all the money and all the stars, but not one Champions League. Just you just showed why he should go to Real Madrid. Okay, but you just said a winning tradition. Messi coming in with a winning tradition. Neymar, the same. You have a lot of people, Ramos, the same, because they're coming from Real Madrid and Barcelona. So are you saying just the place or just the place alone give you the winning tradition? Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. All right. No problem. Imagine if offside wasn't in football. Messi would have about 10 goals in the World Cup. All right. And the Blake said, Reggae Boys, Ultras checking. Okay, no problem. Hope all is well with you. All right. Yes, man. And also the Reggae Boys. Yes. But your Reggae Boys checking like you're more Reggae Boys than nobody else. Anyways, let me continue this one because I don't want to worry that brother.
Mhm.
Anyways, we have two sets of game playing, guys, because we are not going to go out and act like we're not going to put any respect on Morocco's name. We
Mm.
pride ourselves on this channel and respect. All right, so Morocco and um Croatia has to get some respect. So Morocco and Croatia, let we start with that and we end with the big match. All right, we start with that and we end with the big match because Morocco Croatia. All right, let me try and get that one. Not they don't even put it disrespect, man. The disrespect, they don't even put it there. We have to go right here to make sure we can get it. You see these disrespect Africans? They don't even put it in the queue to say that the
they're,
guys are going to play
they're
that
like it's a sofa. Just I'll find the score out. They'll go to Google. They'll find it.
game.
Yes, this is interesting to me because I think Morocco is still playing for something. Croatia will too, but I mean, man, if
This will
Morocco
be playing in
wasn't,
2 days. 2 days
yeah,
big we will put our streams, man. So don't worry yourself. We are
Mm,
doing it, man. Believe me, I'm coming out with all the fire and the smoke just the same. I don't know if Africans will be available. If he's available, we do it with him. And if not, I will go to my normal system. You know, I'm a
mm,
comedian, so it's still special with me alone, just the same. I'm telling you,
mm,
because I burn down the buildings every stream. This is the calmest stream I've done for a while. Yes.
mm,
Yes. So, anyways, so the Moroccan team. How far you think this team can go, guys? Let me know, because this team, you normally value football. Then a good coach that has a structured plan, and the
mm,
players can fit in that plan. When we leave here, we are saying that Morocco is one of the most organized team. The coach makes some bold changes, and the changes come on and work. The difference is we just never knew most of those players. Me and Africans should have known a lot of these players because we have done enough coverage and a lot of these players. So we should have known them a lot more. And even some of the Jamaicans should have known a lot more because we did play them. We played their third string tier up into their second string. So we should have known a lot more about them, but we never really took much information, which we normally don't we care much about the other teams because majority of the time Jamaica plays, we act like it's only Jamaica playing, yeah, alone, Yeah, so we never took the time out to learn the other players them. Maybe I got fall into that trap as well, so I need to improve and keep myself consistent. Maybe it's a cataract caused that problem. Yeah.
why, why this Morocco and Croatia, JD? Morocco and Croatia. Man, if their back four wasn't so injured and dropping, we'll see what they have by the time maybe some players can come back. But man, it's been a war of attrition for that line. They have lost there was one player left from the starting back four that started the World Cup for
Hmm.
Morocco.
Hmm.
So I mean, that's going to be the conversation. Can the players who haven't been relied on can they come in and bring life and maybe see it out? It's a team that I think they can still run against. Morocco, while they do have good, I mean Croatia, while they still have good players, I still think Morocco has more speed on the wings. That right side with Uhani, with Hakimi and Ziyech. I don't want to be there, so I'm just gonna not be there. If I was a player, that's just a lot of cramps for me. Morocco, I've said this many times, that my friends, Morocco is what I had wished, what I had hoped Canada would play for at the World Cup. Just how defensively structured they were and being able to counter and really be able to take advantage of their opportunities when they got them. I think Morocco is going for this because of the proximity. This is going to be a home game for Morocco. I just don't know if their back line is going to be healthy enough to really come through. So,
Africans, I totally disagree. I
okay.
think Morocco will smoke Croatia. I'm very sorry. They met the last time, and Morocco was warming up. This Moroccan team realized that the people them love them more than everyone else. This Moroccan team is a second string for every team. Every team that failed love Morocco. You understand me? Because they knocked out all of them teams, and they are going to brush Croatia as well. Croatia have a good midfield, but Perisic is just doing his own thing. I don't think he's actually playing for the team. Sometimes he will just try to come out and do something spectacular, and then sometimes he will be doing all sort of madness on the field. Kramaric and Vlasic with Petkovic think they are a little bit too slow. The team is too slow. And the back line, I like the back line. I think their back line with the keeper very good and the midfield very good, but the front line, man, it's too slow. And this Morocco team, they pride themselves on breakaway transitions. They have no problem with these guys playing 600 passes. So once, and that is every single time Croatia comes up against team that does not really care about them and them 600 passes, they pretty much look average because the forward line just not clicking at the level. So I want to say that this is a solid game that Morocco could win, because look with all the injuries, Morocco still has 3.00, and Croatia coming in with 2.35. I do believe that Morocco could take this and break a next history. So, guys, let me know in the comment section. What say you? Yes, continue,
Mhm.
Africans.
No, I think they certainly can. Don't get me wrong. As down as I am on the back, a lot of this will come down to how these two teams approach this. Right? We've seen a lot of third place games where it's, you know what, let's see what some of the reserves can do here. I don't think Morocco's going into that thinking that. Morocco's going into that with a point to prove. Right? That the thing that I've loved and I've continued to say with Morocco is that Morocco chose their players over the coach that they had. And it has been the right decision for this entire World Cup. They chose the coach who would get the players, the best players in, and it worked. And you cannot debate that whatsoever. So I think they're out to prove a point. Finishing third here means something for Arab countries, for African countries, for the first Arab World Cup, as we're calling the Qatar, to have a team that finds themselves there as well. Oh, this matters to them. They'll Qatari fans will take this as a win, even though they've done nothing but host.
Okay, be careful of what you're saying because people will bring up the Canada statement there, so just leave it alone. Don't
Hey,
disrespect
hey,
the guys.
hey,
So,
hey! We took a trip, had 3 games, 2 goals. What? Hey, and we were back in Canada. So
all right.
we had a quick tan, and we're back.
All right, Anna said PSG bought all of those stars, and Real won last season's traditional club thrive in Champions League. Can't tell um, when last a club won the UCL. I think Chelsea in 2012. Okay, no problem. All right. Lesson from Morocco is that depth is important in a 1 month total. Yes, 100%. And everyone has depth. So I don't think it's Morocco alone. Everyone does it. But
Mhm.
I know why you're trying to tie Morocco into the conversation. Yes. I want to see Mbappe win 2 World Cup and Morocco for third. Messi to cry again. Okay, so that's just flat out bad mind. All right. Morocco has one biggest support. So that yes, I think Morocco has the biggest support. Everyone that's rooting for them. I saw the
Mhm.
English them crying, please, Morocco beat France. But this is just pure bad mind coming from
Hey,
English. For
hey,
me, Croatia was burnt out. Too many extra time matches for those old legs. Well, I'm telling you, Morocco coming back again with some serious running because they put down
Mhm.
some ridiculous amount of miles, every single game in Africans. And when they do come back again, they seem like they're ready to put down the miles again. And any team that's willing to run will always be a problem. And it's not like they're a poor technical team. They're one of the highest technical team. My good,
this,
they
this
are too
no
skilled.
shit. That annoys me, JD. That actually annoys me whenever they talk about African teams or teams that aren't European, read between the lines as
Mhm.
they're big and strong and big and fast and they're very athletic. It's like, no, they look at Morocco's team. Look at Morocco's team. Morocco's team,
And Algeria,
90% of
Algeria,
we're talking
my
about teams at the World Cup. JD, we're talking about teams at the World Cup. Algeria couldn't beat Cameroon, so we move that aside. So most of that Moroccan team all came up in academies in Europe. Yet we talk about like, oh, they are quick, they are strong, they have the
no, but
endurance.
I don't
They're
think
at
anyone.
Sevilla. ZS is
No,
that. ZS is that. Don't. Enough
yeah,
with
but
this.
I don't think nobody talks about this team. I think when they're talking about African team, they're talking about Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, the direct
Oh,
African teams, and like they're attributing black towards it.
yeah.
like me and you towards it.
But
They think that our physical gifts are naturally the big, fast, and
so,
strong. Yes,
Jupo Moting just runs track. He doesn't play at Bayern. He doesn't play
yes.
anywhere else. Thomas
Choupo-Moting.
Partey, I agree. He just runs. He if you tell him that the World Cup happened. I didn't see him. Maybe someone saw him. I didn't see him. But like as if like we don't have that's something that sets me off more than 98. Surprisingly, whenever I hear, oh, they're just the African teams are big, strong, and fast. It's
Yeah,
no,
but sometimes they are. Sometimes they are. To be honest, they are. But we weren't talking about. Even for me, when I'm talking about Nigeria, um, and Ghana. majority of the time when I'm doing videos.
Yes.
And that's the case. They are big, fast, and stronger than majority of the other people. You understand me? Yes. So that's just the truth, you know. But definitely, these guys are Europeans. You understand me? To be honest. So they applied their
Mhm.
countries because they like Morocco. When they asked Ziyech why he played for Morocco, he said his heart told him so, and his mother and father told him to. Yes, go and do it. Obviously, he did represent Netherlands at the earlier age, don't, and could have done it at higher level. But he said his mother and father told him to do so, and his mother and brother told him to do so, and it felt right. And it was a couple of years ago he did the interview, and I like it, So when they're coming, if you know Moroccan people, they're the flamboyant type of people, the clean, madla type of people. So you expect them to be more expressive on the football, That's how they play football. All of my American friends, they are skiller, they're dribblers. They're dribblers. And oh, ironic. It's the dribbling got them out of the World Cup because you're literally dribbling in a free spot to kick the ball, and you look for the next two players and said, no, that was not enough dribbling, Africans. So tell me what I'm going to do then. I'm going to find the next two players over there and dribble some more. And the empty goal is here. So it was dribbling that dribbled them out of the actual finals, because I thought if they got back a goal in that game, man, France was on the fence. Omzo can't type anymore. His fingernails ain't working. Morocco plotting over balls. So,
Yeah.
and Omzo disappear. Oh, I was zooming in. No, Omzo, you were scared. The Moroccans beat France very bad. Only but all the balls should have gone in the net, and it's just because the Moroccans just decided that they're not going to put it in the net. They were trying to go for a dribbling contest, and it just never really worked out. You can't dribble the ball in the back end net. Yes, but I love the game yesterday. I love it, and I think Morocco going into this damn game as a favorite. I think so. So let me
I
drop
think
my
they can
number.
win. I
I
think they can win. I didn't say
look.
they can't,
I,
but
I think Morocco winning this one 3-1. 3-1 Morocco. I'm actually going with a big score because I think both teams are going to give it a go. So 3-1. And that's what people said. Croatia is tired and tired. All right. So their front line was slow already. It's dead slow now with no
Mhm.
rest. All right. All right. So let me go to the comments because people out here. Um, all right. JD bringing up Algeria for what? No, I'm talking about skillers. They're skilled team. I've watched a lot of football in there, bro. So I'm watching the teams and let you know, so you can go and watch it yourself. They need a big, fast and strong World Cup. And Jamaica would be in it. Yes, I know. All right. Two good side going for third place. So it can go either way. Yes, man. I'm going for Nigeria. I'm
Ni-
going for
Nigeria
Morocco.
winning it.
No,
Nigeria
no,
winning it, JD.
Morocco,
Okay.
Morocco, dribbling out your actual opportunity. Yes, but I've guys, this is how I know English people carry grudge wicked. This guy got an opportunity to host the commentate on the game. Your job is to commentate Africans, right?
Hmm.
Morocco don't feel like they need to score a goal because it's a dribbling contest. Why do you care so much? You are screaming out, oh, what? He almost got borderline disrespectful, because the guy don't want to put the ball in the back of the net. So it's his job. That's not your job. You just commentate. The guy is screaming out. So I'm saying, just because France beat the hell out of England.
Did they? No, no. Just England was playing the wrong football. Apparently, Harry Kane thought if he got it over the net, it would be 3 points and they'd be in the clear. Unfortunately, narratives came back to live. England in penalties is alive again, and I am happy. I am happy for that.
Yeah, and guys, if you want to know how people bitter, go and talk sport. And just watch all the French videos, them. Just click the French videos, them. And I can tell them, man, the salt coming out in the English fan base and some of the English commentators. So the commentators on the screen that's doing the live game cannot even stay in the game. They are They're so invested in Morocco so bad, they forgot that they are commentators. And then right after, when you look at the coverage, they are so biased. It's sad. A man give Mbappe two. A ex-footballer, big footballer, gave Mbappe two for his performance. Said he was not good in the last two games. The one thing he did, just one race he won against Kyle Walker, and that's it. Guys, France only needed to play 25 minutes of the football to beat England. That was the truth. They don't realize that, when the guys them wanted to turn it on, they turned it on at the start, and England caved in and they scored. And they said, all right, then let me sit back, invite you, and then we counter attack. The three clearest chances in the entire game, guys, was actually for France. Nobody talking about that. Giroud should have tapped in a goal before, tapped in a goal before he actually scored, and they act like they're missing all of those things just to come back to sell their narrative. I'm saying, Jesus God, these guys are something else, man. All right, Morocco versus Croatia, full time, 2.5. France versus Argentina, full time, 2.5. All right, all right. All right. My fingers was working fine. I was tuned in. Nonsense, JD. All right, under 2.5. All right, Morocco winning. Yes, yes, yes. Remember, I've said that. Make sure you click me. All right, and then you make sure you reshare it. Uh-huh. All right. Come on, JD. Morocco just wasn't good enough to beat France. No, no, you cannot say that. One thing I liked about this, because remember, we have covered enough World Cups here, but a lot of you guys never paid it any attention because it was clearly, you guys are only interested in the big man World Cup. You don't like any other World Cup. We have covered enough. But one thing I've learned about you guys now, once you have your team can't do nothing wrong. You cannot tell the truth anymore. The truth is not working with you guys, all right? but France, by God, the man said France couldn't lose to Why? That is true about Moroccans being very skillful. At least a few I've played with. Jason, every single one of them I play with. I've never seen a Moroccan that said he's going to play football the right way. At least what I perceive as the right way. Follow the instruction of the damn coach. Every one of them want to dribble, 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 dribble. So, I, that, so I know I understand where it's coming from. Yes, man. Morocco dribble for days, and I like it. But they need to take shots when needed. Yes, man. El Naziri needed a little bit of ball, and JD had the bad mind way in a them, man. No, but they're a beat. You want no. You need to click the Brazil. Just click Brazil and France. Just click Brazil and France, guys. It's done. 2 out of 10, and that was so biased. No, just go there and check, man. And then they come out and tell you that, oh, beautiful. It's one person in the English fan base. Sometimes you can't take him serious, and it's Simon Jordan, because Simon Jordan said, so you guys don't realize that France sit back, let us invite the pressure, and we did well with what they did. But every time they turned it on, they overwhelmed us, because when they turned it on, they had the two chances to score. So really and truly, that's the way they played at that time. And they were going at him. No, England was a better team. And if you play 10 times, you would have beaten France 9 times out of 10. No, I think you would have lost all 10 times. You never you wouldn't win one time. You wouldn't win once, because once they know how you play, they pass the football better than you. They are a better technical team than you, and they are better players than you as well. All right? Yes. You wouldn't win once. I'm very sorry. England fans have no shame. All right. Oh
Go lay
God,
down and cry
let
some
me
more
skip that
then.
one. Let me skip that one. We're talking World Cup. JD biased like England fans. Oh my God, what that had to do with me, man?
Well, you got to wear the hat, JD, so do it.
All right, Wemaxit. You know, if they find the ball that Kane. All right, you remember I said something strongly, and I said, watch how they're gonna deal with Kane, separate from how they deal with the other guys. I never wanted to bring any racial thing, because I'm not that type of person. I heard people saying, "Oh, don't blame Keane. What's wrong with you? Don't blame Keane. Keane have done so much." The last Euros, it was Raheem Sterling brought them straight to where they went. It was not Kane. So why no one says Raheem Sterling the last time, and you can't? He brought us here. Raheem Sterling
Wait.
did all the job, and Kane got all the publicity. So no, he did the wrong thing, or did not blaming him, guys. But I'm just showing you the media sets there. It's just not set designed for all of these guys. Sad to say, but Sterling try stop play for England, come back and play for Jamaica. JD Leon Bailey beat 6 players not too long ago against VRL. Okay. I will check it. You can send it to me, advocate. All right. England, the best team until they actually get a challenge. Yes. And I love the way Simon Jordan talks. The man literally said every single time, every single time England come up with a team that's better than them, they never won the game. Every single time they never won the game. It just never happened. So if you go out and win games that you should win, it only goes to prove that yes, at least you come with a performance that's always good enough to win those games. But you want to you need in an 8-year spell, you need to prove something. Like you're punching over your weight, Morocco ain't better than none of. I don't think Morocco better than not even a Belgian team. I don't think Morocco better than. I honestly don't believe so, and I don't even think Morocco think that they're better than them. But their strategy work, and that's why they beat them, and that's why they're gonna beat everybody that they do face if they're not on their A game, because these guys are punching above their weights. So why Morocco can do this, but England can't do it? I would love for it to explain, and we can move on to the game because we are running out of time. We have
Mm-hmm.
30 more minutes. All right.
Yep.
Yes. So what you have to say about France defense? We're gonna go. We're gonna go to France, man. We're going to go to France now. Only can dribble back to Morocco. They're gonna get the third.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't bring racial into it about Sterling, what is it then? They don't rate short people? I don't know. No, I say when I said I'm not gonna bring certain thing in it, just in this conversation that we are having. But you know, I don't have to say it, but yeah, because I don't want them to say I'm taking set on them. So I will just leave it alone. Yeah, but yeah, it's sad. It's sad, Yes. But it's
It's true. It's true, though. It's true, number one guy. It's true. But yes, let's get to this finals matchup. Um,
all right. So no, you need to give me a prediction. Remember, you're fighting for the prediction king.
I don't.
So
Every time I come here, JD, I tell you, I don't want the crown. Yeah, you say you fight, you want the crown. I don't want it. I don't want it.
all right,
2-1 Morocco, but I don't want it. I
2-1
don't
Morocco,
want it.
Africans. All
Yes.
right, 2-1 Africans. All
I
right.
don't want it.
I heard Tactical over there, Oh, the ultimate prediction king, the god of prediction, and it's not, the predictions are not right.
I'm not trying. I don't want to be. I don't want the crown. I just want to be in the kingdom. I'm in the
I, I, I,
kingdom.
I literally smoked him a couple times, but I just act like I'm not. I prefer not to speak, Let him keep prediction king. All right, so guys, give your prediction for Morocco versus Croatia, because I think Morocco will be taking it. I'm going for the Africans on this one, Yes. All right. Then we and the players that I'm looking out for, I think Ziyech, Hakimi, and number 8, I think they're going to come up big because of the defensive problems that they do have. Those guys have to play out of their skins to push back Croatia. So I'm looking forward for it. Vardial will redeem himself. Think when it's done, Vardial will get $100 million contract. So all the people, all the slander of Vardial not good, and Ray. I have looked at what Messi did to Boateng, what Messi did to Chris Small, what Messi did to Ramos, what Messi did to Van Dijk, what Messi did to John Terry, what Messi did to uh, no, Messi never did nothing to
You
Arsenal
just name
because
as many center
Arsenal
backs as you can at this point.
and Messi Arsenal was not really good at the time, but they still made it to the finals and they lost to Barcelona as well. I was watching that one, but yeah. But you just go back and type in what Messi did to defenders. And you guys talking about Vardy. I think Vardy will recover well because he has been the defender of the tournament. You get me? Or if not top two, maximum. All right. So leave the kid alone. Stop fighting against the kid. Messi did it to a lot of people. And I think maybe you will see Konate and Varane get one similar to that. All right. Yes. So Africans, let me chop up this one.
Hmm.
All right. So Omza said, don't forget what Messi did to City Milner. Okay, well, I said he did it to everybody. So, yeah.
No, but you want to make sure you say it, JD. No, you just want to make sure that you say it with your words, with your own words, there, JD. It's a rule.
Yes. All I'm trying to say is Messi has mashed up a lot of people. You understand me? Yes. Yes, man. Week in, week out, man. Every week, two times on Sunday, Messi destroy Arsenal. When Arsenal in the vein when they had Fabregas and those guys, and Messi just come up and do a trial session and destroy everyone. At that time, you had Koscielny at the centre back. With who again accompanied Koscielny at that time? Van Malen. Even though
Hmm.
Van Malen played zero games, no, he played more games. And Per Mertesacker at the time, and he just walked past everyone, put them back in the cone, right there, walk past them again, walk through them, and set it for Suarez, and Suarez tip it in because it's just only Arsenal. Yes, but then we continue our conversation because I've been watching football a long time, So not gonna argue with the Arsenal fans. Them, I would just leave them alone because I've been watching Arsenal a long time. All right, yes. All right.
Let's not. Okay. So yeah, this matchup here, I think. Um. Yes, this matchup. Um. Yeah, Sam Adakubi sends his regards. So this matchup, I think, to me, it's Fernandez, the McAllister, Fernandez, DePaul, Chouameni, Rabiot, Griezmann. I think those will ultimately be the players who.
I thought what Jason would have fired back, but because he can't fire back, because Barcelona was beating Arsenal bad, Barcelona and Bayern Munich, they just call Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Arsenal 10. Anyway, check it 7-2-4-10. It just always good. You have a time when Arsenal just find a way to get 10 from Barcelona.
Yeah.
But let me continue. Because Jason love to hype, on Arsenal nowadays. You understand me? But he's not talking about the history. So let me leave Jason alone, Let him bask in his glory, Yeah. Yes. Continue. Sorry, Africans. Sorry for me to take over that Arsenal rant.
Um, as I was saying, I think that midfield is going to be that's going to be what's going to decide the game for me. And I think right now, I'm I'm going to lean towards. I mean, I'm going to lean into the whole conversation that we've had for the first hour of this stream and say I think Argentina gets it done in the end. I think Argentina are able to do it. I think Alvarez scores one late, and I'm just giving you my score right now. I think Alvarez scores one late, and it goes 3-2 for the South Americans. And
So you
Messi
said
has
3-2.
his yes.
3-2.
Mhm.
Argentina. So why Ars- Africans is weird, Africans said Alvarez scores one late and then he goes back to say 3-2. Made it look like it's gonna be a 1-0 tight low scoring game.
No. He gets one 70th, 77th minutes, and then that's it. That's it.
All right, 3-2 Africans. Yes, it's going to be a tough game, man. Midfield battle. Paredes, Enzo, I think both of them will start, and Arabio,
Mhm.
if he's going to play, Aurelion, playing himself in a position, so definitely, yeah, that's going to be a battle. But I think the counter-attacking system playing so well, for Argentina, I don't see them changing. I see them
Mhm.
um, smoking coming into this game, and anything Messi touch, and he brings it down, to that 2.4 inch frame, because that man can't be 5 foot. All right. Yes, he's 2.4 foot. All right. He's a
What are we? What? Anywho, he gets his legacy,
yes.
and he gets
Uh,
the last thing. Yeah.
Guys, I'm telling you, the problem with France at this point, we realize that France coming to this World Cup, I don't know how they have that attitude of playing 20 minutes of football, shut off for the rest of the game, and then revisit it after 65 minutes. I think it's disrespect to the World Cup, and they literally reach the finals. I don't know how that. It's like they just have the remedy to reach the finals, because
Mhm.
this 20 minutes of football, it's not going to work. You see that period where in which they're going to shut off that long period. I think Messi and Argentina, if they do give them that little gap, once they shut off like all other teams that they played Morocco, they did the same. They played Tunisia, they did the same. They played Denmark, they did the same. They played England, they did the same. If they do the same, which I expect them to do so, because they did it with almost everyone. With almost everyone, even Australia, they did it with. But Australia scored early on, so they started to play after the 20 minutes and then start umping the pressure. So if they do any little long spells of this dodgy football, I think Argentina smoking them, because Messi, he's on a tear. If you give him that opportunity, he's going to tear you a new one. All right, yes. Messi not losing this football match. Argentina to send him half, the proper way.
Mhm.
Yes. Messi is out as is a old grandpa, still thinking he's the goat. Sports Hub, boy. Um, yeah, man, I know Henry left man. Henry couldn't bother with the slander of the Arsenal, you know. He just said, okay, later what? Stop wasting my time. Let me go to Barcelona and win some things, yeah, man. You know, yeah. Didier Deschamps did that and won the World Cup. JD, I know very well. I saw the football that he played against Belgium. Yes, it's okay. You know, hopefully he
Mhm.
does the same, and I think Argentina would be licking their traps to say that if you're going to give me 50 minutes or out of
Mhm.
any 90-minute game, you ain't winning that. Because that's the problem now. Every one of the other teams that they gave the opportunity to, they love out on the wings. So they have to cut
That
in,
is
and
true.
sometimes that last ditch challenge. Messi, he loved to come in centrally. So he's going head on straight through the midfield and also the two centre backs. And his normal runner, Alvarez, he's going to be running for days. That's going to pose them us as a problem. Where I could say maybe Argentina will have trouble is just because they don't have the out and out winger. Yeah, Di Maria might could come in and do something, yes, but the system that they're going to be playing, which should be effective in this one, might not require wingers. You understand me? So maybe that's the only problem they might suffer during the game. And Di Maria, if he can give them a good 40 minutes, if not all the entire game, because then he came and he played good. So he
Mhm.
can still give them a good game. So I do believe that people sleeping on Argentina. I think Argentina should be going into this one as the slight favorites, to be honest, even with the quality that the French has. You know, they said it's deadlock 2.8 to 2.8 if you're betting on any one of them. So if you're betting, don't waste your money, because the draw is pretty much higher. All right. Yes. We can't split years here. All right. Yes. Um, all I can say, gotta walk with France defenders. When them say, yeah, I believe me, man. Kunate will do a better job than Umpamakana. If they put Umpamakana
Mhm.
in, he's going to get a red card, and they're going to lose 4 or 5. You know, I don't
Mhm.
think Umpamakano ready for this. You know, he's big and strong, but yeah, I've lost confidence in him because he's too wild, man. You know, yes, international footballers cannot be so wild. You know, yes, no, terrible, man. JD, do you think
Mhm.
maybe France is playing a reserve? Or yes, that's what they are doing. That's what they are doing. You understand me? And it's not nice. And every team comes up against Messi playing like that. I think he loves that because he's the best dribbler, close control dribbler. So he's gonna just
Hmm.
put it on you, just put it on you in those tight spaces, and you're gonna give him a penalty. Alvarez have the same ability as well. You get me? They have a lot of players that
Yeah.
play comfortably in those tight spaces. So just strap
So
off
let
and cause. Yeah, continue.
so let me ask you this question: which team do you think is better with a lead defending? Would you rather have France there or Argentina?
I would say I would slightly go with France. Yeah, yeah, because they're even though they said the average is 27.9, they are a little bit
Hmm.
younger to me. You understand me? They are a little bit
Hmm.
younger. Some of the players them that they're relying upon, Otamendi and Lionel Messi at this point, they are up there in age, So I want to say that that engine coming in for the young bloods them, Dembele, Mbappe, Kunde, Konate, and even Varane 29 now. I
Hmm.
do believe that they can hold it up and they can bring on two of them and those younger kids to come on and do their thing. So I
Hmm.
want to say they can hold a lead a little bit more because I kept seeing Argentina leading. Um, Holland, they scored first against Saudi Arabia, or it was
Yeah, they did. They
they
did.
scored first, man. They scored first, lost that game. Then they went up against Australia, and then it was like a tug of war just to keep a
But
draw or a win.
but the thing with Argentina's games, if we want to be critical of them, is they've had those 10-minute stretches where a team has life. And that's what happens against Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia had 15 minutes. They got two goals in those 15 minutes. And realistically, the whole game was Argentina. But in those 15 minutes, Saudi Arabia got their two goals and was there. And then when
Oh,
Australia got their one goal, you had that 10-minute stretch where it was just, okay, the Socceroos, if you're going to do something, it has to be in these next 10 minutes. And they created some chances, but nothing really. They're a
so bas-
team, yeah.
so basically, we're saying that both of these teams can go quiet in spells,
They can,
but the
yeah.
problem is France goes quiet longer than them.
Yes. And I think in short spaces, and this is where it's dangerous for me. I think if you're going to try to defend, I would agree. I think France is maybe your better team that you want defending there. But then again, Argentina, small spaces, passing movements, that's their forte. But in the same breath, one turnover and you have 10, and PayPal is collecting. PayPal's pace is collecting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a difficult.
True.
If I think ideally the best case scenario for Argentina is that they have, because I don't, again, not to say that France can't play this way, but I'd rather have Mbappe in a half than have a half to gain speed and go. Because if he has steps to do that, I can better contain him in a smaller piece of space versus a large piece of pace. And then from
Okay.
there, then you're saying, I Griezmann, I'm gonna let you. Griezmann, you're gonna be the one who beats me. Giroud, we know he can. Dembele, we know again, still with pace. So if I'm that, I think Argentina's better off with the lead in this game versus the other one. Because the other one is dangerous for both sides, I think.
All right. So Fortune H says no Messi, no Argentina.
Mhm.
No Mbappe, no title. Ishmael is always a troublemaker. Hope
Mhm.
Ishmael is okay. Fabian Full says Mexico. Okay, okay. Yeah, they seem to lose it in a lot of games. Yes, man, no problem, man. I'm just going to 2 hours and we're done.
Okay, okay.
Argentina play Saudi. Mexico play Poland.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I know, man. I know. Messi will scrub it off. Okay. All right. All people thinking this a fairy tale, so Messi will win. But this is football. France going to upset. No, France is not an upset. France
Yeah.
should actually be the favorites. But we are talking about football and what we saw. So we cannot come here and lie. We're just coming. We're telling you why we came to our decision. You know, that's how we're saying, man. All right. Yes. If France wins, they were supposed to win, but definitely, we are trying to say that Argentina is no walkover. That's how
Hmm.
practically saying. You know. All right. Yes. Wow. All right. So yeah, no problem, Africans. I will
Hmm.
definitely just run through the chat and then close out the show at 2 hours, which is 12
Hmm.
more minutes. So guys, send your
Hmm.
questions in. Yes, give me your predictions and as well. All right, give me your predictions and we just run through this one. All right. So for me, and as I said, um I am okay with the back line because Umpa Makana is not in it. I will stay with the back line. Um, and the midfield, I will stay with it as well. I think Fafana, Rabiot would be better option than Fafana. Yes, yes, that's what I've said. And the front line speaks for itself, so I'm okay with it. They showed me that they can alter a lot of things. So one thing we know with France having problems, they're gonna come in with different attitude. They can throw Mbappe inside, put in two of them to add more defensive solidity and also add more pace to the team. You understand me? They can put in Upamecano to get more strength if they are getting any problems here and there. You understand me? Yes. So you have a lot of other options. All right. France will sit back. If they sit back, I think that's a problem. Laugh out loud. Same thing people says last World Cup when they said Argentina will beat France. Okay, well, no problem, sir. Um, All right. France should take out Messi with a hard tackle and win easy. No, no, no. I don't. If you put a hard tackle, you're gonna get a red card, and France not winning it with 10 players. You understand me? Kai, big up yourself, man. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Long time no see. Guys, if you come in, please do smash the like button, share, and subscribe. All right, because that's the only thing that get us over the line. All right, we still spend our normal planned 2 hours. You know. Yes, and hopefully you can share it over and over so we can get some visibility on it. Fly Dope says a quick 3-0 for France. Domination. I can't see a one-sided game like that from no team, you know? I think it's going to be a competitive game. Expect garbage football as usual. No, professional pro club. I don't know where you come with that. France 2-1. Yes, I could see a game like that. Yes. Argentina have seen pace like France before. I haven't seen pace like France before. Yes, they have. They saw Brazil. Brazil have electric pace as well. Yes, Brazil have electric pace. Vinicius. I don't think Mbappe is faster than Vinicius. You know, I actually don't think so. You know, you had Rodrigo, Vinicius, then that one that played for Rafinha. Anthony is not fast, but he has good trickery. He brings something different to the table. Yeah, but yeah, fast players, man. I know. I don't think I don't know something about Vinicius. I think it's his start and stop ability. His acceleration is just different. I think he's actually. I definitely think Vinicius move off. I think I would take Vinicius over Mbappe, man. Usman Dembele is faster than Vini. They are all fast players, you know. Dembele start stop speed is exceptional as well. I think both of them have it over Mbappe. The start stop speed, both of them. Mbappe has 3 speed. Joke here, joke JD. Okay, but it looks like everything that I said today, they said I'm bad minded. Mbappe, my goodness. All right. All I'm saying is, Vinny Jr. is not a slow human being. He's ridiculously fast. All right. And I saw him running areas that I don't see Mbappe try to enter. All right. So I think I saw him release his speed demon selves a lot more than Mbappe. You know, in those tight channels when he knows he's gonna get some kick down. Mbappe look like he plays afraid of kicks. You know, I think Vinny kind of relish the kick downs. All right, let me see. Um, Okay, all right, all right, all right. Argentina 2, France 1. Messi, DePaul each. Kunate Eda from a corner. Free kick. All right, all right. I see it different. I consider Argentina the underdog. No, I think that's the situation. I think that's the situation. It's just based on how they're playing. Ishmael, it's not how you see it. That's how it is. It's France actually the team that people should be having as the favorites. You know? Yes, man. All right. Winner could be decided by penalty kicks. I don't see it. I think you realize that none of the semifinals went down to penalty kicks. They ain't nobody into that, man. They just want to put on a show, and I think that's what will happen in the finals. That's a show. 4-2 France, Mbappe and Dembele at them. Argentina getting a red card. Jesus God. Argentina defenders and midfielders headed straight from Mbappe ankle. Argentina 2-1. Alvarez and Enzo to score for Argentina. Rabiot for France. Okay, all right. Um, JD, just like France allow England to have the ball or find it okay for the opposition to have the ball. Think they will approve? No, no. Argentina is light years better than England. Light years better than England. When it come on to they have this little magician. He's definitely the greatest thinker on a football field. Period. All right. Yes, the only person you can come with is David Silva and Iniesta, Xavi, um, Alonso. I couldn't put Mascherano in it. Busquets, a good thinker as well. Who I could go for again? Bergkamp. You have some quality thinkers on the football pitch. All right, Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, yeah, man. So England. I don't think. I don't think England need a lot of work in order to be a good top tier football team, consistent. Even though they're achieving those things. Andre Pirlo, good one. Andre Pirlo as well. Maradona, Pele, yeah, yeah. Ronaldinho, yeah. But I'm saying England lacks something. Even though they're achieving those positions, you clearly saw that they lack something. They just don't look like a France team. They don't look like an Argentinian team. They don't even look like a Brazilian team. They just lack that aura. They lack that aura around them, and they lack the true playing style that makes it look like football easy. I think football, this Santi Cazorla, yeah, I think they struggle to play the football. Anytime a team come at them, any team England has, any one of the coaches that they have had over the last 25 years, they struggle to play football with a team coming at them at the same level. And that's why they never won one of those games. Want Argentina to score first, 3-2. 3-2 France, okay. Argentines tackle too hard. I can see them getting a red. I think, Atamendi is a problem tackler. Ramiro, yeah, and the butcher. His name is the butcher, for a reason, Yeah, so yeah, but I think Kunate could see a red. Hernandez could see a red. Kunde could see a red. Rafael Varane might be a little bit more softer than all of them, but yeah. All right. Argent, fried rice and end the father don't progress the ball. um, Mbappe gonna cook Otamendi, but Argentina will have the refs on their side. Oh no, no, no. Makai, why you think it's gonna be a ref deciding the thing? I don't know, I don't know. And they lack a good coach and politics around the team. Maybe that's the situation, yeah. Maybe that's just the situation. Otamendi has calmed down a lot from last World Cup. Yes, man, he has been one of the best defenders as well, You know? Yes, two of the Iman Pepe came in and definitely show we that they can play very calm. Pepe could have actually kept Portugal in it with that last ditch header, you know? Yeah. All right, guys, let me take around two more comments and then we can finish it right over the 2 hours and we are out of here, England lacks everything but hype. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We have to be honest, man. Because we want to see England do good. That's the problem, People don't know that we want to see England do good because if England do good, it kind of help Jamaica. But it's hard for them to do good, man. I think France is going to give Argentina a smackdown. You said 3-0. That 3-0 is a tough one. The selection process bias in England. That's why England always struggle in big tournaments. All right. Otamendi is too slow. I see him actually winning the ball and starting the play when yeah. When before EU would just clean the ball into the stands. Yes, man. That was his hype era. I don't want to use England. I don't want to see England do good. No, man. I want to see all teams do good because they have a good league. They have good players. So it's a time for them to do good. But I just don't see them. If they're gonna win it, if they're gonna win a tournament, it's gonna be the most boring tournament ever. Yes. It's gonna be the most boring tournament unless they can get one of these more flamboyant coaches because I do believe that they have the players to play better football. It's just the coach just does not have that skill set. Obviously he can get results, and he's one of the best manager in terms of performances. Yes, but at the same time I got to say that I would change their coach in order to progress and be more flamboyant on the ball because you have that type of player to compete with the rest of the world as well, and they're going to keep on getting better because they are on all the best players in the world in their clubs. So the English Premier League doing a big job for England. I don't want to see. All right, the coach's experience may decide the winner. France coach has more World Cup experience. Okay, and Messi have more World Cup experience as well. Just the same. So I guess maybe Messi have to carry himself over the line, just like Ronaldo carries team over the line on the bench. Scaloni was on the bench when they lost to France last World Cup as an assistant. So a lot of experience with this team and players. Okay, yeah, could see that then. Look at it that way. All right. So as I've said, I am going with Argentina and Morocco to take the two matches. We are going to structure those streams soon, and we will come at you guys yet again. So thanks for riding it out with us and making it a next great stream. Yes, man. Anthem said I want to see more from the belly guy. He moved like a star player. Want Klinsmann to score. Anthem, I understand. Which belly? Which belly you talk? Jude Bellingham? No, Bellingham has played well. Yes. Jude Bellingham has played well. Real Madrid signed Endrick for 62 million, not World Cup. But Endrick got bought for 62 million, you sure? I don't think I am not sure about that. I will flick it over here so you can see it on the screen. All right. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. It was a way lower fee they were talking about. So 62 million kind of mean a little stretch. I will try to. I will try to go over here just to make sure. I can see it because normally it would be in these locations. So let me go right here just to see how much he values. All right. Oh, his figures bumped up to 20 million. Okay. His figures bumped up to 20 million. Okay, so maybe it's possible. Wow. All right. JD bad mind against France. No man, fly don't miss. No, 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 no. France can't lose. No problem. Who is the breakout talent in the World Cup? I think Vardial, number 8 for number 8 for um Morocco. He's a breakout one. Yes. Azadine. Yes, so Vardy Azadine, Widmer will get a lot of credit for his performance. Yes, I think Mbolo played a good one as well. Yes, so Mbolo, we consider in it. Ziyech did himself a good one. Bellingham pushes CV up. Yes. Um, but it's a breakout. Um, uh, Felix, did himself a wonderful Ramos, did himself a wonderful job as well. Rafaelio, enhanced his profile just the same. Um, Kudos did himself a favor just the same as well. Yeah. Anthony, I thought, give himself a profile boot. Richarlison, just the same. I think Richarlison, yeah, Richarlison is definitely a breakout star with this World Cup. Yeah. Um, all right. Yeah. Okay. Saka. Yeah. Saka. Yeah. Saka did a good job, bro. So you just want to just fight with me every day. That's yeah. What's wrong with you, man? I'm trying to name as much people, but yes. Yeah. But so guys, massive respect. Let me leave alone because it looks like because I never betted and Francie's upset. So guys, thanks yet again for turning up. Hope you guys can join me when the game's playing. Yes, man. All right. See you in the next one. Peace out and have a great day, especially Umzo worrying off himself. Yes.